Hey folks, Team here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We are in our Ironman game that we started as Brandenburg, then Prussia, and now Germany. We're going to run the game at speed 5 a little bit over here. We're just letting our manpower catch up, and we're waiting to hit admin tech level 27 so that we can get maximum admin efficiency, and then we can start just gobbling up the world a lot more cheaply and easily. And likely what we'll do is we'll go to war against the Ottomans at that point, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. And, you know, they're one of the other big powers in the world, and it would be nice to smack them down, bring them down a level. They actually have more development than France, although because they're behind of times, or rather they don't have the institution stuff, they are having a bit of a harder time. Now, what's their military tech? 26, so we're on par there. What kind of ideas are they packing? Offensive quantity, okay. Administrative ideas of Anna. Anna, who I didn't divorce, has given us 50 admin power. Look at that, see? See? It just pays to be a nice guy. We have tons and tons and tons of money in the bank. We're almost done building these. I'm going to wait for them to be done just to give us the maximum lay of the land, and then we'll see what we decide to do with our money. Most likely at this point, we're just going to start banking this stuff like mad. It is late enough in the game. A lot of buildings aren't going to pay off, and like, what do I need to do? Fix my economy some more? Pfft. Probably what we should consider doing, actually, is building things that increases our force limit. Because while it still, you know, might be a little bit manpower capped, it might still be a little bit financially capped, although apparently not too much. You know, raising our force limit, so this is just, I'm doing some more manpower buildings here, might still pay off bigly. Bigly. Let's buff you. Sure, 800, we're going to call that good enough. The places that are just 500, I don't know if I'll stress about too much. We'll see. It's always something we could look into later on. There we go, 750. Okay. So those are manpower buildings. So yeah, I think what we can do is consider just dropping some conscription centers. Maybe like a ton of them. Doesn't matter where they get positioned. The ones that are sort of these grayish, bluish bits already have the level 1 version of that, so we may as well make best use of their slots, as well as, well, I was going to say build it cheaper, but it's, I mean, it's just going from +1 to +2, but it's already using up one of the slots in these places. Conscription centers are also another good thing to build. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Building anywhere in a state, because I think you will get the full benefit from it. Actually, maybe not. Maybe autonomy still affects the benefits from that, which is entirely possible. There we go, just like that, we spent like 8 grand. Boom. And of course, you know, this increasing our force limit, which means we'd have to spend money to take advantage of it, and we may not stress about it early on. Manufacturing done. We can build more buildings right away. Woo! And we are still 10 years ahead on admin tech, and we're very, 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 very close to the cap. Upper Swabia, wherever the hell you are. I don't remember, is that actually backwards? From how I expect? I don't remember. I guess I can just cycle through these. It'll go through in order. So, Scotland, Baltic, Estonia, Lower Bavaria, Upper Swabia is over here. Oh, it's to the left of where I thought. Okay. Wow, very valuable. So, yeah, we'll spend some admin doing that. What's next? Lower Rhineland. We have 3 of 3 over here. This is Palatinate. What? How did we... Palatinate... Lower Rhineland. There we go. Sure. And we'll core you. And although we're doing this, you know, without the efficiency, but we're just trying to, you know, delay hitting our cap. I don't know. Maybe I should just finish the ideas. We'd get the discount on technology, but we don't. Oh, United States. We're getting imperialism against that. Let's take a look at what's going on here. United States down here. Dutch Canada. So I think all the Scottish holdings on in North America itself have gone. Scotland is only in Greenland now. Scotland is Greenland. Granted, monopolies has gone away. Bribes growing more acceptable. We gain a bit of corruption. I think we already have it there, but yeah, root out corruption. We've got it max. I mean, it's going to go down normally anyway, but I want to make sure I don't accidentally waste a few points anywhere along the way. Brunei doing all right. Australia quite big, actually. Quite big indeed. Turn 8 doing okay. I think Turn 8 starts as like, is it 1 province? I'm not sure, actually. Oh, we were discovered in France. Pish. Who cares? Yeah. That's fine. We could consider some counter-espionage stuff. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, Reputation sabotage has just gone away, so it actually might be a good idea to counter-espionage to prevent them from building up enough of a network to be able to do that again. Now, I think... okay, excellent. We're not spying over here, so we'll double counter-espionage over here and hope that that helps. We need a military advisor. We can't get a discounted version of that, and I do want to get a +3 one. May as well. I don't care about force defense, so I'll go ahead and get the national manpower modifier guy, which probably puts, cap over 400,000. We are over halfway now towards our cap, which is nice. We are still going to need more admin than anything else, so I'm leery about pulling it away, especially since our air here is kind of crap on admin. In fact, we're due to die any time now, so we're not going to abdicate, but... So, yeah, I think we will make no changes to our current admin policy. But we are very close to starting our war here. So, what's the supply limit here? I guess it doesn't say that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, we got lots of room, actually, for supply, assuming it's not winter. We may have gotten a military tech along the way that gave us a little bit more cap, which would be nice. So let's do some of that. Oh, speaking of winter, now we're in it. Oh, and just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 is too many. So we'll move you out over there. Really? Still? What, by 1? You're right at it. Okay, we'll remove 1 more so you don't get attrition and move you down here. With a leader, you'd also be fine. And that's going to be something else we're going to have to spawn. Luckily, our military tradition's pretty high. So, oh, right. What I was doing here is I was going to check... building up, I think we'll just build up a whole other fresh army here. We should have the cap. We certainly have the money for it. Probably just something like this. There you go, without paying too much attention to exact comp. That'll still keep us well below our force limit. So why don't we build another one right there. May as well do something with it. Okay, we are going to keep going down quantity ideas, though. Boom. Excellent. Because otherwise we'd hit the ahead of time penalty probably on the military technology anyway. Diplotech is the one growing the slowest right now, so we're fine. We're also spending a ton of points on integrating here, so that's not going to change. Our next heir does have a crazy good Diplo skill, though, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. We're not looking to build anything more over here either. So we don't have any courthouses. Oh, we do. What? Let's go ahead and level you up to the next level then. You can keep the state cost a little bit lower. Sure, why not? Alright, assembling the army. Still running. Oh, speed 5. Because we're still mostly waiting. More men for the army. Gain a manpower and gain manpower. Well, that's nice. I will be annexing Bohemia at some point, but I want to do it after Russia has been annexed. Declaration of American Independence. Well, look at you. Look at you being all uppity. Demand diplomatic support. Yes, we're going to do that. We're going to grant monopoly charters first to increase influence first. Hey, look at me, you guys. And we'll get you for some power. That's going to be fine. Is it time for you yet? No, not yet. Well, we could demand military support, so let's go ahead and call the Diet first. And demand military support. Yes, that sounds lovely. May as well. I mean, we want to get the points when we can, so that's going to be okay. It's interesting, like, blanked out the list first. So still working on the clergy, although honestly, we have to wait longer anyway, 10 more years before we can do that. And as I say, we're so far ahead of time, we've got such a huge bank of admin power, we're not going to rush that. Okay. Here, we'll drop legitimacy, because that's going to bounce back super fast. 2 years is going to be back. I don't really care one way or another. I think this might be the time for us to start our warring, actually. Oh, there we go. Leader has died. Swapping that over. Let's get remarried with Hungary. I think that's going to be fine. I can't send out any requests. Oh, can I get a new rival? Oh, I can take France again. Okay, let's do that. That's going to be fine. Good. Okay, because as I say, I think the warfare might be now. We are still 7 years ahead of time on admin. We may be forced to take it a little early. Do I want to complete the ideas just because it'll feel good? What the hell? Let's sink you in there. And if we're going to do that, we could take the +1 advisor thing now, because most likely... Well, we're not going to be making points as quickly as before. So I'll just take the one idea and call that good enough, and then we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's go ahead and crank up our army over here. We still have a way to go before we hit our manpower cap, but I think it's going to time out okay. Alright, Enlightenment for Hungary, good for them. Town Hall over here, great. If we were capped on Diplo power, I might go and accept some more cultures. Like Polish, we are at 8%, which is pretty sizable. Sealand, yeah, sure, go ahead. It's actually quite nice, and I think I haven't upgraded the castle over here, but I will go ahead and do so. Because while I'm not worried about Sweden, it might be handy just to slow things down over there in case there's a giant war that breaks out in the back. Okay, well, our armies are fully restored here. I think it's time to just start against the Ottomans. Of course, I can't actually declare war currently, so let's go and bring you home. Excellent. Conversion successful. So we're going to declare war. Right! That was one of the big reasons I was going to declare war against the Ottomans, is because we want to take land for Russia. Now, I think we still want to use the Imperialism CB over here. Because I think we can still feed stuff into Russia doing this, and we get a discount for it, so that sounds fine. We don't need to bring anyone in. Their allies don't scare me in any way whatsoever. Obviously, Russia's going to come in for us. And there we go. So the deal is that Russia's got permanent cores, I think. Permanent claims on this land, so we can feed it to them. And I think we're already at our cap integration cost, so that's going to be all right. Okay, we do have to start with a few blockades. Now, let's take a look over here. We can have 2 more leaders, so we're going to go ahead and recruit a general, So, fort level is only 2, fort level is 6. So what I want to make sure is that, yeah, we've got our siege guy 4 up here, plenty of cannons. You're going to move into Brest. You are going to get just one of our 1-pip siege guys right over here. You'll move in over there. You can move in there, and then everyone else is just going to scooch up in behind. I didn't actually need to build more cannons, I'm realizing. You know, when I was doing the recruitment, I built some more cannons. Well, I mean, it might let us siege more of these things simultaneously, which will be nice. But I'm forgetting that really all I need is more turbo infantry here. So we're declaring the winter, and depending on how the weather is here, we might get a little bit more attrition, but I think we're okay. You've got that. My vassals, my subjects, you are being told to siege and siege, which is all I want. Excellent. No need to seek out opponents. No need to necessarily just attach yourself to me. That's going to be okay. So we'll do that. You've got the full cannon bonus here. You've got the full cannon bonus there. We could go and cut back on our attrition a bit if we pulled some people out, but that's okay. Looks like these are going to go relatively quick, which is nice. A decision. We can start constructing the Kiel Canal. So, it's stupid. Of all the canals, the Kiel one is definitely the least interesting. It's stupid, especially at war, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's awesome. It's like tag switching. If you can build it, you do it. So I'm going to remove the decision to, or hide the decision to cancel the Kiel Canal because I don't want to do that. Is offering to offer us a loan? No. It's okay. I'm fine, buddy. I know my bank account just went from 10K down to 100, but I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, so we're at war, and we're going to go and do the canal, a canal that serves no real purpose, but it's cool, so shut up. So I'm doing it. Bum, 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 bum. So just finish sieging those. We might actually be able to go in further. Yeah, it's a long way around, though, so I'm not going to bother. Oh! Invest additional funds. And we're going to tank some Diplo power over here. But you never want to do anything that increases the duration of those things because you're just going to get more and more negative events. So if you can't, then that would suck. But otherwise, yeah. So we're making decent Diplo power now. We're still integrating Russia. It's actually costing us 8 per month to do that, which actually is a good... It means that our Diplo rep is pretty good. France and Spain want to be able to walk through me. You are in a war against... You're against the Ottomans as well. You know what, then? Fine. Sure. Wait, what war is this? Oh, they're attacking Malindi. Okay. So yeah, it's not going to be terribly relevant. It's not like they're coming over here to take Ottoman territory, and if they were, it might be down here, which wouldn't really impact us in any way whatsoever. So I'm totally okay with them diving in here. Just got to wait for these things to tick. Excellent. So what's the fort level here? 6. That's fine. And then you can go, say, here, here, there. Not that way, apparently. I'm surprised you haven't gone there yet. I realize that this is my level 4 siege guy, but this is also a higher level fort. So bigger siege timers, and really the math sort of was canceling things out, but we're okay. Siege down here is over. Excellent. So you're going to move down to there, which is going to be fine. And then you guys are just going to scooch up and grab some territory along the way. So we're still at negative war score here. And it's just the ticking war goal from the goal. Right, we do have to get all the way to the capital. That's true. Because the Imperialism CB, I do have to take their capital to get the ticking war score. I mean, I think I was going to go down that way anyway, just on the basis that we'd probably have to take all their forts and at the very least their capital, just to like break them to the point where they're willing to give things up. So we do need to finish the siege a little faster because it is our bottleneck. Although we can walk through Hungary, right? I guess we're allied. We didn't call them into the war, so I guess we can't walk through them unless we ask for military access. So we will do that, because it's not going to use up one of my slots, so that's going to be okay. You've occupied that. One of these groups has some cannons in it. There. You and you are going to make your way over to the capital. And then make sure you have a leader with you. And that's going to be fine. And over here, we're going to split you and go there. And there. Just getting nearby, because, you know, the Ottomans could have a big army over here. I didn't even bother checking to see what kind of army they've got. I'm just assuming we can run over them. Hello, military reform. Right, well, I guess we'll take the 20% morale of army boost. And actually, we are going to spend that on ideas, because we're still ahead of time, so I'm not going to grab that right now. So I think I'll go ahead and finish this. Or work my way to finishing the quantity ideas before we get the next level of military tech. Everlasting friendship. Okay. Oh, and an heir to the throne. A good one. Hello, Joachim. Excellent. Really nice to see that. Do I bother? Yeah, tell you what. Let's have you come down here. You can go there. You're going to come down over here and just help babysit near Constantinople. So the Russian troops are being pushed back over here. But I'm not really... Well, actually, they're doing okay there. I wonder if I should send some troops over there. I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. It's fine. That siege is over. Are there any more forts over here? Do I have... do I not have a shortcut to fort mode over there? Oh. Which would that be? That's probably geographical? Fort level. There we go. It's an easy way to spot the forts here. So, I don't think there was anything relevant. Okay. So, maybe I'll move my proper army down over here. We'll maybe smash something along the way, or siege this. With our 26 cannons and our level 4 siege guy, we'll just keep taking some territory along the way. That's going to be okay. Let's go to Bender. Bite my shiny green province. You're already going there, so you can go there. On the Siege of Ackerman. Oh, excellent. So we can walk through there in an easier way. We have gotten to Constantinople. I guess you're going to go to the you'll go to the west coast over here and start sieging that. That's going to be fine. And Edirne. How's the army marching down here? Whoops, quite large. Hold on. Go there and let's see what's going on here. Gotta be a little cautious. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can still beat them with ease. These are mountains. If they attacked us in there, we would get the penalty, which sucks. We still have a huge numbers advantage, though. I might wait until the Russians are done sieging this fort here, so that we can attack things a little better. But, I don't know. We're with roughly even numbers. It's not necessarily the god composition here. There are some Russian troops that could potentially help out. Let's see what goes on. There's Bender. Oh, are they turning around? That's too bad, because I said jumping on this would be good. You don't have much of a front line, to be honest. Well, you have about as much as I do, actually, when you consider in the cavalry, which we're not really running. But we could start attacking these guys early on. This is kind of a ballsy move. Mercantilism. Yeah, let's get the mercantilism. That's going to be okay. So they'll probably jump in. I was going to say, hopefully, if all goes well, we just shatter these guys instantly. Yes! We're so good. Alright, I'm going to ignore you. I will go into the mountains. They can attack me in the mountains, and we'll get the -2. That'll suck. Although, we should be able to siege this relatively quick, because this is my 4 siege pip guy. And we do have some Russian troops around. Alright, Kiev has gone. Let's go and split you this way, that way. Get Minsk. Just deny them the ability to build more dudes, really. We're not getting much war score from sieging out provinces without forts, but it still messes with them, so that's good. I'm going to get you to come down here and stand next to these guys. All right, Constantinople is going well. We can Hungary will join in now because they are officially rivaled with the Ottomans, but I don't care. We're going to be fine. We'll just save them in case we want them in on another offensive war later on. Go there and there. And yeah, there's no way the Ottomans don't want peace, you know, relatively quickly here. Alright, so you're sieging that. We're doing some more sieging. The Ottomans are hanging out over there. That's coming along. We've got a few blockades, but nothing that is particularly critical. It's just over here. It's not even truly our forts. Should jump on these guys. Anything looking like an attack? No, I think we're okay. I can't give these guys a leader. And it would be attacking to the mountains. Probably we're okay. I'll just send some more dudes there and then we'll jump on those guys, maybe. We do have a leader here. Okay, just work your way down to Greece and we'll see what we can do. So we could consider a lot of things. We could consider liberating stuff, but I don't think that's the way we want to go. That's interesting. Well, I guess I'll wait for you to be locked in. There we go, and just meet you over here. All right, here we go. We'll do that. Oh, there's another fort over here. So I should move... Any of these guys have cannons? Yeah, let's move some extra cannons over there. Move you down to there. Minsk. Alright, I think we've basically occupied most things up here. I'm going to move a handful of you guys down below here. You can move over there. That's going to be fine. And you're going to move and support that fortress. So there's a lot of land here. So if we want to get to, you know, 100% war score, well, we're not going to a 100%. We don't literally need 100%. We do need to, like, break them and get them to low enthusiasm so we can get more than our current war score. But even then, we're probably need, if we want to take as much as we can, we're need, like, 80% war score, maybe? I don't know if that's going to be feasible, to be honest. Do you have cannons? Yep. Throw you in over here. There we go. Pad out the numbers. Can I attack these guys? Yeah. So I'll leave one guy behind just to, whatever, siege progress that. 21% in Constantinople. 9-7 over here. Battles are being won. That's still being slowly sieged by other people. That's... Well, we haven't grabbed everything in Crimea yet, but that's okay. We'll let Russia take Crimea. I don't see a problem with that. Hey! Good. Good. Easy. So we're just going to go and smash everyone. I like it. Good. We'll go and take the island. Although we don't actually have to go and siege all this stuff because there are no forts here, so it's not going to stop us from taking everything. And again, it's not worth much in the way of war score. I love to see, you know, ships. If we can sink some Spanish ships in all this, I wouldn't complain too much. Is France even marching through my territory? Maybe. They keep thinking about it and then they change their mind. So that's interesting. So you're doing that. You're doing that. We're at 2% war score. Now, some of that is there's negative war score in Constantinople. But, I mean, it is kind of ridiculous. Like, what have we done? And we're in negative war score? Like, it's just a sign. Oh, we're not going to be able to take that island. Actually, I may not want to go on any of these islands. I can get caught. It is really very much a sign of how much land the Ottomans have got. Actually, because of the blockades, we may never be able to cross through any of these straits. But we can go into Ottoman territory from the south. So we might prioritize working our way over to grabbing a province on the other side of the strait. That way we can cross through. We don't have to worry about blockades. So that's probably what we'll look at then. There we go, Siege of Constantinople. Excellent. So that's going to be a big swing because it's worth a lot. It's their capital. We can't cross... Oh, they might get bopped there. On the siege of the Knights of the Old Republic. Excellent. You'll go there. And you are going to come down here because these ships are almost certainly going to get bopped, and we might be able to sneak across here real quick before they come back, just like that. You know what? I will turn on Force March just to get across a little sooner. Okay. Ah, we finished that siege. Excellent. That doesn't matter there. You can come around over to Trabzon, and you're just going to keep following behind. We've got a handful of troops just chilling over here, so I'm going to get you to come down over here. Cross over here. We do have the crossing penalty, but there was hardly anyone here, so that's okay. Y'all will try to cross here, although I suspect they'll re-blockade it. But we can move over and take Biga. Actually, we could be crossing here in a moment, but we're going to do that and that. So by controlling both sides, we can cross whenever we want. I mean, I guess you just have vision on both sides. You have a lot of opportunity to sneak things through. You have a lot of hidden docks you can use. I think that's the logic. Also, from a gameplay point of view, it makes life a lot less sort of stupid and cheesy in a few places. The way you could abuse the AI with the blockades were pretty sick. Well, we'll go ahead and put a cut in here. We've got, I was going to say half of the Ottoman territory. We've got maybe a third of the Ottoman territory, to be honest. Maybe only a quarter, although we do have their capital at this point, which is good. We're going to be grabbing a bit more of their core territory. And by core, I don't mean cores. I just mean, like, some of the innate, like, the stuff the Ottomans start with, and they probably have developed the most. So we're really going to start putting the hurt on them soon. They already are at, like, no enthusiasm over here, which is very, very nice to see. Malindi is going to be attacked by the French and Spanish, so I think that's going to be okay. So yeah, we'll be able to start negotiating for some territory pretty soon, but I would like to feed Russia as much as possible. And actually, one of the things I'll be looking at is, so all these provinces here, I'm going to make sure they are occupied by Russia, right? Because they've got those permanent claims, and we may not be able to give them everything, but we will try our best to give them some. And we'll focus on taking some land over here, if I end up taking any. But really, the priority is going to be to give occupied Russia, 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 Russia. Good. And that's Russia, excellent. And then we haven't actually taken this stuff yet. But yeah, Crimea, we will go ahead and sign that to Russia as well and see what we can do. Meanwhile, the Ottomans are sieging some Russian stuff, but again, I'm not too worried about that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.